So I'm going to go through the magazine some more. I think they're upset because I clearly look sick. You can see these aren't natural color differences. This is some sort of discoloration. And I think they're upset because when I expose that, then the people know this wasn't designed to help me. I even showed you before. I might have a little bit of a mustache, but my skin is discolored. Look under my nose. So this isn't a natural thing like when you go out into the sun, and that's what they don't see. They don't want the truth to come out that this isn't like something the marks that you would get if I go out into the sun. This is whatever they're using is discoloring me and leaving marks along my temple, thinning my hair. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I mean by constructive conflict as we go through some of the pages. So I'm going to flip the pages and talk about it at the same time. So I'm going to pause this and get back. So, as I'm going through this, I'll talk about what I think the difference between constructive conflict and just regular conflict. Constructive conflict for me means that both sides feel like they were able to not just fight back, but get that feeling when you got something out of something. I think what's going on now is people are dealing with bullying, or they're dealing with feeling like they're not being heard, they're not getting something out of it. So if both sides are able to get to a point where they can say, okay, I fought back, I'm feeling good about the situation, even if it doesn't mean that you end up liking the person, both sides are settled and they feel like, okay, I feel better about it. But when you have one side that's dominating and hurting the other party, then you don't feel like that. So you feel angry. You feel like, oh, all these horrible things are being done to you. So, oh, by the way, on my eBay account, you'll see they used to have these discs that were single disc, and it's one for Toni Braxton. I love Toni Braxton. I may list my Fuji's The Score CD, so that may go up. They said I didn't like Mariah Carey. I like Mariah Carey. I just said that at a point, her voice wasn't as strong as Whitney Houston's. And I think, she does the high note well, but I think her voice isn't as good as her songwriting. I think she's one of the best songwriters. That's what I said about her. So they're like, oh, that means you don't like her. No, that's the opposite of what I said. I like Mariah Carey. I think she's an excellent songwriter. And I wasn't surprised when they said that her music catalog is worth millions because she's a great songwriter. I loved Whitney Houston's voice, but Whitney Houston really wasn't a songwriter, which is the difference. I think when we're talking about, music, I love to talk about music. I love music. I like to talk about the difference between singers, and singers. It's to me, I find that the singers, if they don't write, they unfortunately don't make as much money. The singers who write songs and sing, they will always make more money. And, I'm not saying there's a major difference between the talent of a songwriter and a singer. When you're a singer, that's an amazing talent. But I do like my singer-songwriters, and those are the music that I like to listen to and sort of figure out. So that's how I feel about the whole, back when I was growing up, Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston. I like both, but I absolutely loved Whitney Houston. Absolutely loved her. So that was that. So just going back to constructive conflict, I think conflict is constructive when both sides feel like they got something out of the conflict. And I think that's the problem. In my case, I didn't get anything out of this conflict. I lost a lot. I love Naomi Campbell. This is Naomi Campbell. I want to see if I can get a close-up of this. This is her Cosmo cover from 1990. Absolutely gorgeous. So they said, I've seen a lot of people in person, and who do I think is attractive, who I don't think is as attractive. I think everybody I've seen in person is attractive, but some people look like amazing, like they're not even human. those are the people who when I see them, I'm like, oh my goodness, that person. Like, some people look like just amazing. Some people look like they're attractive. Some people look like, you know, they're everyday people. I think that's part of what I'm saying about life. You know, I'm in New York, so you can walk down the street and you can see like a famous person. And some people you might say, oh, that person just looks attractive. But some people you're like, oh my goodness, you know, they don't even look human. They look like another type of person than regular humans. So part of what they didn't want me to be able to talk about was just, you know, the people I've interacted with, either at work, just in life, and my opinions about things. So they would say, oh, you no, I don't say negative things about people's appearance for the most part. I've had people say negative things about my appearance. For the most part, I don't say negative things about people's appearance. And that's something that, again, most people will say the same thing. You know, they'll say, no, that's not my way of living my life. But when I think someone's extraordinarily gorgeous, of course I say. So that's that. What else did they criticize? See, like I said, this wasn't supposed to be something positive. It was supposed to be something negative. It was never supposed to be, you know, you're good enough, you know, you're worthy. It was always supposed to be, I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough. I wrote an article about shopping for a chandelier because my great aunt took me shopping for a chandelier with her. And they were like, well, what gives you the right to talk about it? As though, you know, now you can get shopping. I found chandeliers. You can go shopping for a chandelier on Amazon for like $50. It's, you know, not expensive. So it's as though I think they feel like, you know, certain things are for certain people. But people like me, we don't deserve certain things. That's just, oh, this used to be a good thing about Cosmo. So, who was this? Okay, and then this one was, so the opposite side was this article. So, yeah.